Today I want to work on my first day one Think Pink art video. And what we're going to do is work with the pink ribbon, or as it turns out, this ribbon can be used for a different color to represent an awareness ribbon for all sorts of different cancers. And I'll put a link to a wiki page that will explain what the different colors of awareness ribbons mean. But I wanted a stamp, a pink cancer awareness ribbon stamp, and not having one and not really particularly wanting to go to the store to buy one, I decided to make one. So I've made these before out of background stamps. So what we're going to do today is to make one out of this clear stamp. And guess what? We have something to stamp it on. This is a stamp from Prima Marketing, but it's a text stamp. And look, here it is. So I put this down on a piece of just tissue paper. This will go into my figuring book. This is just a paper towel, and I sketched it out. And as you can see, as I sketched it here, I kept making the ribbon wider. I had it very narrow at first, and I'm going, well, not enough of my text will show. So I widened the ribbon to fit on the area of the stamp. And I just drew this freehand sketch. You might want to practice this a couple times if you do something similar to this. But what I want to do is transfer this onto here. Now this is the rough side of my clear stamp, and this is the smooth side. I'm going to put my clear stamp down over my image, and because it's clear, I can see my image behind it. I'm going to use my food ball pen, and I'm just going to draw out my ribbon here. I would say this stamp probably cost me a couple dollars. I think I looked at the price tag and it was $1.99 when I bought it. I don't know if I used a coupon for it, if it was in the $1.50 bin. I don't remember. Let's see, I think I'll make these a little bit shorter. No, I can make them longer because I'm going to cut this out. And if you choose to do something like this, I would recommend that you choose a very basic image. But here's my image. That's all there is to it. Now I'm going to take my scissors and cut. Okay? There's my awareness ribbon. Now let's test it out. I'm going to use red stays on. I don't have any pink. I'm going to use red, but it's so faded that it's probably pink anyway. And I'm just going to take my ribbon and put it on the case of my Stays-On ink pad. Let's get these things out of the way. I'm going to use a piece of mixed media paper. This is a smooth paper. And using my Stays-On ink, I'm going to stamp up this. Now my ink pad, my red ink pad Stays-On ink is not juicy. I might do a black one to get a juicy one, but I wanted to do one in pink first. And I'm getting as much ink as I can off on it. Okay, let's see what it's going to do here. Let's just stamp it down there. And I'm just kind of holding it down to see if I can get as much of that ink transferred to the paper as possible. Let's see what the result is. Oh, I like that. Now it's got some imperfection in here, but that may be because I'm using my... Let's put this on here. And let's try it with some black ink. This pad is a little bit juicier. It'll give me a better impression, I think. Oh, it didn't. Right in there. It's still not giving me a good impression. Maybe it's what I'm putting it on. I'm going to try it on an acrylic block. I think it may have more to do with putting it on the case of the... Make sure I get this inked up really good. Let's try this again. Now it was right in the center where it wasn't. Oh, I like that. Now on these two, you could take your pen, like I have a Big Market pen, which is in blue, and you could just draw around there. And still have a fun image. This one will not be as good. I'm sure that was because I was putting my stamp on this case and it was not strong enough in the center to give me that impression. But that's okay. We'll have fun with it anyway. And let's draw around this one just for the fun of it. This one came out very nice, didn't it? But I think I want to stamp on it with the black because that's giving me the best impression. Liking that a lot. And you can do the pink if you have pink. And let me set this aside. Let me show you. I did some arrows. I was in an arrow swap. Let's do an arrow stamp here. Here's my finished pink art project for the Creative Arts Collaboration Group. I had from Prima Marketing a clear, clean text background stamp. Just a little cheapy one. I got it Joann's, I think. Paid a couple dollars for it. I traced that little rectangle out on a piece of tissue paper made an image, put my clear clean stamp over it, and drew it out on the back. And then I took my scissors and cut out my stamp, and I made an awareness ribbon stamp out of it. And then I tested it, but I think these are the best images that resulted from it. I put it on the little tag that came with the stamp. I had made some arrow ones before in a swap, which really got me started doing that, and that's what these are. So I would suggest that, like I did, I went through my stash to see what kind of background stamps that I have. I have hardly used these, but they're going to go get some use now because now I'm going to have fun. When you look at your background stamps, and if you're choosing a background stamp, look carefully. These have an overall design, an overall pattern in the background. So no matter how you cut your shape, you're going to get a pattern in there. These are doilies, and they have a black center to them. These would work if you were going to do a flower shape. So, but if you were going to do an arrow, you'd have to kind of, well, I would anyway, cut my arrow around the center of it. So look carefully at the shape of your stamp and the design. This has a pretty good overall shape, overall print. The design in the center is a little different. You could work with something on that. These are good because they are nice background stamps. You could get some nice shapes out of there. This is a good one. The print on it is fairly large, so I would probably do a large stamp on here. If you got too small with your stamp, you only get a part of that print, and it may not be what you want. This is a nice overall print. This would make a fun stamp, and so would this one. And as you can see, these stamps are, well, I believe I got these at Archivers when they had their liquidation sale. But a lot of times these stamps go on sale, and you can find them in the clearance bins for cheaper than what you would normally pay for them. So I'm going to be on the lookout for background stamps now. One last thing I want to say is, with my series of Think Pink art, hashtag Think Pink art, I'll have that in the title of my videos. On the last day, I'm going to have a giveaway. And that giveaway, I'm going to be looking for comments on each one of my videos that are titled Think Pink art. And if you comment on there, on this video, on the others that I put up, and even on when I announced the giveaway, not when I announced the winner, but when I announced the giveaway, if you comment on each one of those, each one of your comments, one comment per video, will be entered into a drawing. For my drawing, I am going to be giving away another set of fine line paint applicators. Not these, because these are mine, but I'll be giving away a 20 gauge and an 18 gauge new fine line paint applicator set. So I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I will see you on the next page.